Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Baypass Weekly Football Preview with head coach Giampa with me here by my side, talking a little bit about Baypass football and where it's progressing as we move forward. Coach, as always, great to see you. A little lead-in music right there, just taking us to where we want to be and to hear a little bit about where we're at. So first and foremost, congratulations on a great win over Leicester last Saturday night. Outstanding climb, second tier in the ladder. We'll say 2-0 right now, and things are starting to go pretty well. And I know you don't look past anything. So let's talk a little bit about that victory, that second week victory.
Yeah, I was proud of the way our kids played. Saturday night game can be a little tricky sometimes because you have the extra day of practice and, you got to kind of sit back on a Friday and watch everybody else play. And, our kids, they like to go watch other teams play. They like to see other opponents we're playing. So, sometimes that can be, it's good that they're interested in football and they want to see more of it. And they have taking an active approach in that. But then sometimes, like as a coach, you worry if they're looking past somebody or if they're, we want to go see these guys so that, and then you got to change focus. But I was proud of the way they played. They played well. 6 o'clock on a Saturday night. It was a cool experience for some of our kids. So I was happy with the way we played. I thought we, executed as well as we could have. So it was a good step in the right direction.
Well, it's always fun to play on turf as well. You get on the big field, you get that collegiate level experience and that feel for the game. And you don't every place you go doesn't have that turf, so it does change the complexity of the game a little. But yeah, the kids responded; they held their own. I think defensively, you have a lot to be proud of. And talk a little bit about how your defense did on that particular night. And anytime you come out with a goose egg after 4 quarters, you can look back at the defensive coordinator and say, "Hey, listen, great job."
Yeah, no, we were excited about the way the defense played. They defense is such an important part of the game, and to me, it's the most. We tell our kids all the time if they can't score, they can't win. And so, if you can hold a team to a certain number of points where you feel comfortable, like we can get a few more than them, but if you hold them to nothing, you're going to be doing pretty well. And yeah, our kids played. I thought our kids played great defensively. They worked hard. They're getting 11 helmets to the ball is pretty, in almost every play is what I noticed. And that was our big takeaway is like the effort that they are giving on defense, because defense is a lot of effort. It's not a lot of execution. It's not a lot. It's just you got to have effort and consistent effort every single play. And to watch, when you're watching the film back and you're seeing one maroon helmet surrounded by 8, 9, 10, 11 yellow helmets, like that shows the effort. We're not a lot of jogging, playing incredibly physical, being as intimidating as we can be defensively. It was a good night. And again, when you can play that way on defense, it takes a lot of pressure off the other side of the ball because there's not that urgency of like, okay, we need to move the ball, we need to hold the ball, we need to score every time we have the ball. You can kind of try out some new things. You can kind of take a different approach to calling plays on offense when your defense is playing at that level. So that was great. I was really impressed with our kids. I thought Matt Chatterton did a great job leading the defense. Nick Adler and Chase Davis played really well, filling in what they were supposed to do and executing. Caden and Hunter on the 2 outside, and then our defensive line was getting in their backfield all night. And again, when we can do that, when we can get those guys down there rolling, it's hard to play offense. So that was awesome to see.
Well, defense creates opportunities on the offensive end too, which is nice. And it was really, really good to hear and see, the sharing of the scoring. There was some other names got into the end zone, which was nice. And again, that just spreads out the ability and capability of building that whole team approach, I should say, in regards to an offensive mindset. And you have your key players. Caden can run the ball anytime, and he's going to get you positive yardage. Same thing with Braden. Those are good things, but when you can spread that out, it builds a deeper capacity.
Yeah, and what was exciting about the offense last week is I thought the kids were really excited for each other.
Yeah, I love
that. And I think when you can do that, you can do some special things when it's not, well, I need this or I need that. And we remind the kids all the time. We're not, we don't call plays to get people the ball. I don't, that's not the kind of football that we play up here. We call the stuff that's open. We take what the defense gives us. So certain nights are certain people's games, and certain nights are other people's games. And one of the things that we talk about too is that you're not who your role is not who you are. And you are going to be asked to do things of the team that does not always a reflection of you. You might have a night where you're asked to block the whole time. You might have a night where you're given the ball a lot, but it's whatever the team needs of you. And what was exciting about last week is there wasn't, sometimes in games like that, there can be a penchant for kids to be like, coach, give me the ball. I want the ball. I want the ball. But we didn't have any of that. I was just calling the plays that we saw that were open, and the kids were executing and taking advantage of the opportunities that they were given. And it was good.
Well, you're creating a mindset of celebratory moments for everybody out there. That's what builds good teams. That's what builds the depth within a solid team. So great job with that. So let's switch gears a little bit. Obviously, you have Clinton coming up tomorrow night here at home. Marks your first home game, which is great. I'm sure that the stands are going to be full. Clinton's a storied powerhouse football program. Bay Path is leveraging up to play the best out there. And I know you love to play teams that are going to challenge you. So talk a little bit about the preparation for Clinton. And I, for a fact, know your boys will be ready to compete. But what goes into that?
Yeah, I mean, not to repeat myself 1,000 times, but it just goes in making sure that every practice is the best one we can have, making sure our kids are prepared for the opportunities that are going to come in a game, trying to make practices challenging and as difficult as possible to make Friday nights as easy as possible. And like you said, I mean, Clinton's a really good team. They've gotten the better of us the past 3 times we played them. And the last 2 times we played them, it's been a 1-score game both times. So I think our kids are very aware of that. They are very excited, but it comes down to just, playing loose and executing what we have to do. They have to understand that this game is not an extension of last year. It's not an extension of the year before. It's a totally new game. When the ball's kicked off, it's 0-0. They have new kids. We have new kids. It's not an extension of last year or the year before. It's a whole new game. Clinton's a really good team. They're a really good team every year. They're incredibly well coached. They're very disciplined. They don't make mistakes. And, they run a similar style of football to us. So it's exciting to be able to compete against good teams. And we emphasize that to the kids all the time. That's what you want to do as a competitor. You want to compete against the best teams that you're capable of competing against. And Clinton is one of the best teams that we'll see. So we're very excited to play. We get a home game up here, which, the first 5 weeks of the season, we only got one. So we're very excited to be playing at home and see everybody that supports us. And that'll be an exciting opportunity for us.
Well, Athletic Director Carrera and myself, we had an opportunity to go on earlier to showcase the fall sports. And obviously, football is a big sport for us. There's no doubt about it. And it definitely brings people into the seats and into the stands and onto our campus. But like any other sport, we're very fortunate to be able to elevate and give kids these types of experience. So we love what we're seeing. Today, tomorrow night, we got an opportunity to live stream your event, which is really kind of cool. I look from a collegiate platform. College coaches can watch. It brings a wider audience. It brings a whole new marketability to Bay Path football. And again, you talk about the grandparents, you talk about extended family who want to watch their family members play. They can now tune in and watch. It'll be live streamed on Huddle, which will go through our Facebook page, but it'll be available for anybody out there that wants. So how do you feel about that? I know it's always a tough thing. I was a head coach for a number of years. I don't worry about what they see us do, because we have to execute what we do. But when you bring a bigger audience, what you do is you bring a lot more eyes to the good stuff that's happening.
Yeah, I'm excited about the opportunity for the kids. I think if that gives our kids an opportunity to be seen by college coaches, because we have a lot of kids who want to play in college, and again, I know I'm biased, but I think we have and I don't always say this, it's not always the case, but I think we have a lot of kids who are very capable of playing at the next level. Sometimes you don't always have that, but I think we do have that, especially this year. We have a lot of kids who are capable of not just playing at the next level, but contributing and being big parts of teams on the next level. So when it was explained to me that way, you can't help but support it, because if we can just get one pair of eyes that is meaningful to one of our kids, that gives them an opportunity to achieve something that they're working for, then that's something that we got to get behind. So yeah, I think it's an exciting opportunity for our kids. I think it's something that that we hopefully not just they, but other people take advantage of, and watching our kids perform. So yeah, that'll be good.
Always good stuff right there. Well, we're streamlining today after school for our girls soccer team, our undefeated girls soccer team for the first time. So that's a good thing there as well. So we'll do that for multi purposes of all of our sports. We want to get that exposure out there for all of our student athletes. Well, Coach, first and foremost, I want to say best of luck. Obviously, I know how you prepare. You are laser focused on the little things that make the bigger difference in the end. And I know that tomorrow night will be an opportunity for you guys once again to showcase what you're all about. So see you 7 o'clock here at Bay Path, correct?
Yep, 7 o'clock kickoff, and we're excited. Again, this is a unique season in that we have 2 away games to start, and then after this game, we're heading up to Fitchburg for basically 2 more weeks. So we're excited to see as many people as we can, as many people who want to come out and support the team. Clinton's a great team. Hopefully, we get a good turnout, and that can help us be successful. So.
Looking forward to it. All right, there you have it right there, right from Coach Giampa's mouth. He is excited about Friday night. We are as well. It's all about a little football, a little bit of fun. Work on those experiences for all of our student athletes. Coach, thank you for joining me. Best of luck. Hope to see everybody at the game Friday night